afternoon. Teach your kids to read. I implore you, verily, verily, I say unto thee, as they sing at the gospel meeting, means truly, truly. I implore all parents and guardians, please, in the name of God and the future of humanity and your own flesh and blood, teach your kids to read. I'm doing an impromptu video. I'm about to leave here on errands. The value of reading. I go when it's raining, I take the Sobeys bag. This is the cloth one, Sobeys. It's named after the family of Frank Sobey from Linesbrook, Stellarton, Pictou County, Nova Scotia, which is about 50 miles, 60 miles from me. This is the plastic one. Sobey stores. Sobeys. Mr. Sobey had grade 7 and a bookkeeping course. And I can tell you, if Frank Sobey had gone to business school, he'd have a convenience store in Stellarton, and that would be it. I'll repeat that. If Frank Sobey, with grade 7 and a bookkeeping course, had gone to business school, he would have had a convenience store in Stellarton, and that is it. How'd the world be different? Well, you take Sobey Store, the biggest holding of Empire Company, Big 8 Beverages, Eastern Sign Print, Crombie RIT, used to be Real Estate Investment Trust, used to be Atlantic Shopping Centers. There's 125,000 people work in Sobey stores, in the Sobeys companies, That's pretty well the population of Cape Breton Island, or 2/3 of PEI. Counties around me be Pictou County, Guysborough County, Antigonish County, Inverness, and Richmond County's population combined. Now, he was a tremendous reader. I met him twice, but I knew somebody worked close with him. He was a tremendous reader. It's a common trait of people that have less than what many people have today in formal education. They read. They're always learning. I'm making a video. I'll probably go on a bit longer than I should. I look at the analytics. On average, they say any YouTube video, if people watch half it. So I make a 6-minute video. Somebody will watch 3.25 minutes of it. I mean, matter of God. If you tune in the video, if you can't watch 6 minutes of it, you're that busy, your time's that valuable, or more likely, the truth of the matter is, your attention span is so slim. If you read a book, you'll learn something. As human beings, today's the first day of school. It's noon hour, Wednesday, September the 6th, 2023. There are many teachers very good. There's also a hell of a lot of teachers in the school system shouldn't be allowed even in school to at least be in front of the classroom. I'll repeat that. Many teachers are very good. In fact, excellent. There's a hell of a lot of teachers shouldn't be up in front of the classroom. And I'm going to repeat it a third time. There's a hell of a lot of teachers out there, from primary, elementary, right to high school, and loads of professors in college, even worse, that should not be in front of a class. Period. As human beings, we're creatures of habit. Cats, they learn what the mother cats do when a papa cat is around. You put a toothbrush out in a tube of toothpaste, and the little kid gets their first tooth. And cutting teeth, they get a little cranky for a night or two. And then they get some more teeth, and they're pretty proud of it. Okay? They see toothpaste around. They'll start to learn to brush their teeth. And the internet videos, they only go so far. You got to read. You get concepts. You learn. I have newspapers. No, I don't get it online. I get newspapers. There's a sports page, which I don't spend a lot of time on. Okay. Except the weather's in the back of it now. There's the business pages, and there's the front page. And there's lots of stuff I learned, come across today, Halifax Herald. I didn't search. I didn't look for. But I come across. That's how you'll build up knowledge. Otherwise, you become very pigeonholed. And that's not a good way to be. Very pigeonholed. So I implore you, read. Have books as Dr. Seuss or coloring book or something around kids, package of crayons that teach them how to be creative and self-reliant. It's not some little cartoon that popped up on the screen. There's a spot for computer. There's a spot for the cell phone, which I'm recording on. I'm not being a hypocrite by saying that. But man, oh man, You got to read. Everything goes back in life to speaking to people in reading. I repeat, speaking to people, we learn from other people we come across in life. We can learn. There's not a man or woman, kid or elder individual we can't learn from. Nobody. We can learn something from everybody. And reading, the precious value of reading. And with that, I'm going to go. I finish where I start. I implore you, verily, verily, I say unto thee, teach your kids to read. And as simple as having newspapers, magazines, books, kids' books, a healthy respect for reading. And that's the basis of building knowledge, true knowledge, not just, I searched up locusts. There's a place for that. But that's the value of going through a newspaper. You come across something that you weren't looking at. India, by the way, I'm going to make one of the last plug. India has a tremendous, newspapers are big in India, and India is just beating the shit out of China. They don't have the sin of abortion, and they have a free population that's much more creative. Nobody's standing over them with a machete or a gun or going to put them in a concentration camp if they mention Christianity or something. Okay, don't toe the Communist Party line. India is coming ahead wonderful. In fact, India, late last fall, became the most populous country in the world. It's more populous than China, and are making tremendous progress. They have great faith in God. The Hindus, there's some Muslims there, and the Christians. There's quite a few Christians in the southern part of India. St. Thomas apostolized there. With that again for the third time, in the name of God, teach your kids to read. And yes, you say they'll learn to read in school. That's fine, but you got to do something with it. You got to do something with it. And you got to read. It's not to. I've known people that are illiterate, could only sign their own name, but had tremendous character. Every classroom I've ever spoken in front of, I mentioned Mr. Joseph Nolan of Auld Cove. And I said the business schools would flatter themselves if 10%, no, 5% of them, after many years of practical real-world experience, had the common sense and character and principles and smarts. Mr. Nolan was very smart, and he had principle. And I know a Dutch lady, her with grade 6, and her husband built up a tremendous enterprise. Neither one of them had anything to do with agricultural college. I'm certain if they put them in agricultural college or business school, they probably would have a couple of cows and a few chickens and a horse or something. They wouldn't have built the tremendous enterprise they built up. They're both in heaven now. But anyway, with that, I got to go. All the best. God bless. Read. R-E-A-D. Thank you. Bye for now.